Speedrunning. Most people who play games know about it, but it can be hard to know how to speedrun. My name is Turtlekun, and welcome to Ori and the Blind Forest was originally released on March 11th, 2015 on PC and Xbox, with a definitive edition releasing 1 year later on the 11th of March 2016 for the Xbox and on April 27th for the PC. The main differences are a few areas in the world that fits in with the lore that has been added in the definitive edition, as well as adding a fast travel system and a difficulty option that can be changed at any time during the game. This video is going to be focused on the speedrun of the definitive edition. There are several different speedrunning categories with the different amount of glitches, cheats, and powers throughout the game. The most commonly speedrun category for Ori and the Blind Forest Definitive Edition is the All Skills No Out of Bounds or Teleport Anywhere glitch. This category has 167 speedrunners on speedruns.com at the time of writing this script. This video, however, will be focused on the any percent run. The world record is at the moment of writing this 10 minutes and 40 seconds, set by Lurking Assassin on the 12th of May 2019 and got verified by Terra on the 18th of May 2019. Lurking Assassin used some really hard tricks to get this load time of not even 11 minutes, as well as having perfect movement during the entire run. The thing about this game is that there are different ways to get through certain areas. If you want to be safe, you can take a slower route, but if you train and have the hit point, you can do some fast strats that often involve damage boosting. If you want to speedrun Ori, I suggest playing on a PC. It will make it a lot easier. Mainly because on the PC version it's possible to skip pretty much all dialogue. My personal best at the time of writing is 13 minutes and 28 seconds. The rules for the any percent category are simple. Complete the game as fast as possible, timing starts on file creation and ends on losing control of Naru after the final escape. More on that later. Make sure your game isn't running faster than it should. If your monitor's refresh rate is not 60 Hz, VSync must be off. Lastly, the moderators say that times below 12 minutes will be treated with suspicion and therefore recommend streaming attempts, have game sound audible, and have passable video quality for maximal chance of getting a run verified. Now, on to the actual run. I believe most tricks will work just as well on Xbox as on PC, but I recommend playing on a PC. The Xbox run only has 3 runners on speedrun.com, and the world record is 20 minutes slower than the PC world record. I will start by explaining the timer. Using the software LiveSplit, you can set up the amount of splits you want to use. I personally have 5 splits at 5 different but very easy to remember spots. Using an autosplitter will allow you to focus completely on the game and you won't have to split yourself, which will lead to more consistent split timing. You can set it up by activating the autosplitter here, going into settings and adding the splits you want to have. Adding a split here that says start game and end game will make your splits start automatically on file creation and end when losing control of Naru after the final escape. I recommend having a few splits during the run so you can see on what kind of pace you are on. Now, going into the game, on PC, by pressing Alt+U, you can turn off the interface and skip all dialogue, which saves quite a few seconds, if not minutes, by the end of the run. At certain points you will have to turn the interface back on to be able to use the fast travel system and a glitch that I will explain later. Up until the wall jump power, most of the time save you can make are about movement. Our fastest type of movement is doing triple jumps. Whenever Ori does a jump, they won't be slowed down by friction. Overall, this only saves a few seconds, and for a beginner it's better to focus on getting the other tricks right. During the game, we will have to be careful to time our jumps with the different platforms and ledges present in the game for optimal speed. You need to reach this spirit well behind these forms. A spirit well lets you save and heal, as well as giving you access to the fast travel system. This fast travel spot is called the Sunken Glades. You need to save the small thorn at the top. By standing close to the bunch, your attack will focus on the thorns at the bottom, and you can let the one at the top live. By going damageless, you don't have to use the spirit well here in the beginning. That saves you the time it takes to regain health and energy. Be sure to put a foot on the well though. That activates it as a fast travel spot. Try not to kill any enemies. The only one you need to kill is this one up here. This is because, well, we don't want to level up before a certain point. When reaching this door, by spamming the attack button, you can put the key pieces in before a short animation takes place, which saves about 3 seconds. Time a soul link so that it is created after you put the key pieces in the door, and then jump into the water. When you then respawn at the soul link, the game will think the door is open for a few seconds, allowing you to skip the door opening animation. Using some well-timed jumps, we can reach this area. Here we find one of the first routing differences, depending on skill. Either you can take the safe route, where we wait for the enemies to attack and then we jump over them, or we can take the harder route, where we land straight on this edge and jump down through it. If you decide to take the harder route, I recommend having free health in case you take damage, because we're going to need 2 health later. Going down here, you should keep your interface off until this animation is over, and then you can turn it on for a few seconds just to watch how much XP you have. You want it to be about 2/3 of the circle full. If you have less than 2/3, you can pick up some of the XP dropped from this enemy, otherwise just jump over it. With a well-timed jump, get down here and keep to the right. You can swiftly jump through this platform and land on this plant, which gives you XP. If you gathered enough before this point, you will level up from just the plant, but if you didn't, you'll have to kill this enemy. And that is why you need 2 HP, because, well, he attacks you as soon as you come down from the platform above. Remember to have your interface off here, so that you don't get stuck in an information box. Jump down when you see you're leveling up, and then jump your way towards the wall jump power. By not having your interface on, you will skip a lot of dialogue, and when you see that Ori is standing straight like this, you can start holding down your soul link button. As soon as you gain control over Ori again, after this cutscene, jump to the tree and make sure the soul link is created before pressing the attack button. The game saves every time you create a soul link, but also when you use a level up point. By creating a soul link at the bottom of the tree, we can start the animation for gaining the wall jump power, but by pressing your soul link button and going into the skill tree while the animation is playing and buying an upgrade, it will save the game as if you have the wall jump power. Now, exit to main menu and enter the game again. This will allow you to skip the animation for getting the power. You can choose between the magnet level up or the rekindle level up. Magnet is a bit easier, but it's a bit slower at a later point, while the rekindle level up is harder, but it's faster at a later point. When you have entered the game, you want to move to the left and jump up this wall. You will hear when you reach your goal up there. The goal is an energy cell, which will allow for a glitch later. Then start moving to the right. We can save a few seconds by jumping from this ledge and doing a wall jump up here, and from here we can wall jump from this swing to the left. We can also save a few seconds by spacing our jumps here well and wall jump up on the left. Make sure to kill this enemy. Here comes another change depending on skill. The hard strat is going over to this tiny ledge and jumping perfectly so that the enemy damage boosts you up to this ledge and then you can wall jump up. The easier strat is pushing this boulder and jumping from it to the ledge and then wall jumping up. This is how much time that hard strat saves. Be careful of the spinning spike clubs and be sure to have at least 2 health. By running into this thorn bush and then quickly jumping up, we can damage boost our way and skip pushing this rock. Depending if you chose the magnet or the rekindle level up, you might need to grab this ability cell. I grab it anyway, but you might not have to if you pick the magnet level up. Use careful jumps until you get here. After grabbing the 4th key piece, you want to have 3 HP so you can damage boost up this wall, and then perform the same trick to skip the door opening animation by killing Ori after saving during the animation. You are able to skip the dialogue and quickly close the map, turn on your interface and use the fast travel to get back to the sunken glades and then heal. This spirit well is called the Hollow Grove. To perform this next trick, you're going to need to have about 90% of the XP needed for a level up. You can lure this stomper by jumping close and attacking it, staying in range, and then have it follow you. You will need to bring it to this area and keep it on low health. Just wall jump up to this door, use your energy on the door, and then kill the stomper to level up. Leveling up restores both your health and energy, and by spamming the attack button to keep the old energy in the door, you get 2 new ones from leveling up. This allows you to open this door, which normally requires 4 energy. Here, the level up earlier is important. If you chose the magnet level, it's easy to just stand at the top and the XP will float to you. But if you pick the rekindle, you will have to keep the old energy in the door while moving away to grab the EXP. This gives you a very small window to pick up just enough XP to level up. After this, do a long jump and start attacking in the air. Hold up and right in the water while still attacking the enemy on the wall. Then, when the enemy dies, do a small jump to not attract the stomper above you. It's very important to be close to the wall and not doing a big jump out of the water, because otherwise the stomper will jump onto you while you are on the wall, and you will have to redo everything from the spirit well. Run to the right under the stomper and get over this gap. Destroy these 3 spiky bundles of thorns and jump up here. You don't need to have your interface on here, and by not having it on when picking up this energy cell, you can skip some dialogue. Be careful when going down here though. Drop down to the left and stay clear of the spikes. Now, once again, what level up you chose before matters. It's time to perform a special cutscene skip. If you choose the rekindle level up, just run up to this pillar and then create a soul link right before the pillar. By then using the power rekindle while going into the cutscene, you can exit out and re-enter the game. The cutscene will be glitched and you can grab the water vein by just going to the right. If you chose the magnet level up, you will have to perform a save anywhere glitch. It works like this. Make a soul link anywhere, turn on the interface, enter the skill tree and press the circle, showing how much XP is needed until the next level up. This will bring up a dialog box, and by pressing escape and space at the same time, you can glitch the game to have the skill tree open while still being able to move Ori. Move Ori into the cutscene and pick the rekindle level up. This will perform the same cutscene skip as stated above. Because leveling up, as I said before, saves the game, exit out and re-enter the game. Walk to the right and you can grab the water vein instantly. Jump back up on the left side and be careful of this falling exploding slime, and then go to the right until you reach this spirit well, and then fast travel back to the sunken glades. This fast travel spot is called the Moon Grotto. Here you need to make sure you have free health and energy. Kill this enemy and go up to this platform. Keep your interface on, make a soul link around here, then go down towards the well again. Hit your head on the thorns that you saved in the beginning, on your way to the well. Go into the ability tree and perform the Save Anywhere glitch. But this time, when getting control of Ori, instead of saving, enter the fast travel menu. With the fast travel menu open, you can still move Ori, and what you want to do here is move Ori to be under the thorns and jump into them. Since the thorns do 2 damage, Ori will die, but since we have the fast travel menu open, we can activate the fast travel during Ori's death animation. Choose to travel to the Moon Grotto. This allows us to move Ori up to this swinging log during the fast travel animation. By moving back and forth, we can change what angle the log is turned to. Standing on the right edge while the log is at this angle at the same time as Ori gets teleported allows Ori to be teleported right outside the Ginzu Tree. This is called a teleport from anywhere glitch. This works because the fast travel system actually travels Ori in a straight line. If the angle of the ground Ori stands on is different from the normal 90 degrees, the position where Ori will be teleported to will be different. For example, here the angle is strong enough so that this straight line becomes this straight line. Once you've reached the outskirts of the Ginzu Tree, you have to do another cutscene skip right at these flowers. You can now walk straight into the Ginzu Tree during the otherwise unskippable cutscene. Turn off the interface to skip some dialogue, and when gaining control of Ori again after entering the Ginzu Tree, turn the interface on, or else the last trick won't work. Make a soul link at the edge right here. Jump at the bottom of this log dangling, and then jump back. Move to the entrance, and when you see that the log is swinging over to the left side by just a bit, leave the tree, then re-enter. This will make the log move to the right indefinitely at varying speeds. This happens because there is this spiky bundle of thorn on the left side of the log. This bundle will always respawn at this exact position. But the log will always respawn at the same location that it was last seen on. Meaning that if the log was last seen at the spot where the thorns will respawn, they will spawn inside each other. The log will want to try and move away from the thorns, but since they are stuck together, the log starts drifting upwards indefinitely. If the log is inside the thorns more, the speed will be faster, but if it's just in a small bit, the speed will be slower. We want a slow to medium speed for this glitch to work. If you are not able to get a swing, or if it's too fast or too slow, just run into these thorns to die and retry. When you get a good drift, go back to the soul link and save again, then move out of the Ginzu Tree. Run to the left and jump down. Land in this cave and take damage so that you only have 1 health left. Then push the boulder to the right. You can decide if you want to push the boulder back enough so that the third spinning spike club hits you when you're standing right beside the boulder. Or you can let the boulder stay where you leave it and then just jump over it later. Go to the spirit well and perform another teleport from anywhere glitch. After entering the fast travel screen, move to the left until you either hit the boulder and the third spike kills you, or jump over the boulder and keep running until you die. Choose to travel toward the hollow grove. Now when you respawn, you have a few frames to jump from the edge into the thorns and then onto the log. When respawning, the thorns want to damage you, and you will therefore not be knocked back, allowing you to jump onto the log. You want to stay on the short end of the log, to the far right, so you don't fall off. If the swing is fast enough, you might not have to do anything else, but if the swing is a bit too slow, there is one last trick. For the glitch to work as intended, we want the angle of the log to be at around 80 to 85 degrees. But if the swing is too slow and doesn't reach those degrees, we can stutter the teleportation animation by simply pressing escape. When teleporting, the screen goes white. By pressing escape early during that whiteout, we can still see the game running behind the menus, and then the log's position will keep changing even though the game is paused. Unpausing the game when the log reaches 80 to 85 degrees will then have the same effect as if we had gotten there normally. This teleportation glitch will put Ori down at the absolute end of the game. There is technically one more trick that you could use, but it is, in my opinion, one of the hardest, if not the hardest trick in this game. If you chose the rekindle level up in the beginning, you can save one of your skill points until the end. By using the save anywhere glitch right after choosing the final fast travel spot, you can reach the absolute end of the game inside the skill tree. By then picking an upgrade, exiting out of the game and re-entering, you can skip a short animation. This trick is really hard though, and is only needed if everything else in the world record run is perfect pretty much. Well, which it is. When you lose control of Naru here at the end, your autosplitter will stop and you will have finished your Ori and the Blind Forest Definitive Edition speedrun. For some reason I believe that you need to sit through all the credits and the ending cutscene. I don't know why I think that, but it can't hurt, right? I have used the film of Lurking Assassin's world record run to show some of the tricks that I couldn't perform myself, as well as research for my own runs. I also used these videos by Corbeck Gaming and IkeWolf77 to learn more about the speedrun strategies. If you're interested in knowing more, the community has their own Discord server, as well as there being guides on both speedrun.com and speeddemosarchive.com. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and ring the bell. It took some time to make all the preparations and getting all the knowledge, but well, now we are all a bit wiser than before. This will probably be my last video of the year, so I will thank any and all of you who have seen one or more of my videos, and I hope you have a great New Year's.